For 6 years, Last Man Standing quietly became one of America's most watched sitcoms. On the surface, it looked simple: a conservative dad, 3 daughters, and plenty of family jokes. But underneath the laugh track was something far more unusual for network television. It was political, it was confrontational, and at times, it went places primetime sitcoms almost never dared. Starring Tim Allen, the show didn't just poke fun at modern culture, it challenged it. Mike Baxter mocked political correctness, questioned progressive trends, and openly criticized Obama-era policies. He even dressed as Donald Trump just days before the 2016 election. Most of it aired without consequence. But 3 specific episodes crossed lines so sensitive that they quietly vanished. No reruns, no streaming availability, no official explanation. So what happened? To understand that, we have to go back to 2011, a sitcom born from cultural frustration. The series began development in late 2010 under the working title Man Up. From the start, creator Jack Burditt envisioned something different, a comedy centered on masculinity, tradition, and a man who felt out of place in a rapidly changing world. When Tim Allen signed on, the character of Mike Baxter became deeply personal. Allen wasn't just playing a conservative father. He was channeling his own frustrations with Hollywood, politics, and what he saw as a growing intolerance for dissenting views. When the show premiered in October 2011, it pulled nearly 13 million viewers. Critics hated it. Audiences loved it. That divide would define the series for the next 6 years. While reviewers dismissed it as outdated or hostile, millions of viewers felt represented in a way network television rarely offered anymore. And that gave the writers confidence to push further. The daycare episode that started a firestorm. One of the earliest controversies arrived in Season 1 with an episode centered on Mike's grandson, Boyd. Mike visits Boyd's preschool and discovers that one of the boys is dressed as a princess. The teacher explains that the child chose it and that the school supports self-expression. Mike questions whether preschoolers can truly make decisions like that. Boyd blurts out that it's stupid. The room goes silent. By the end of the episode, Boyd is expelled from the school. What began as a light family storyline instantly became national debate. Conservative viewers praised the show for raising uncomfortable questions about gender identity in early childhood. Progressive critics accused it of mocking inclusivity. ABC never rebroadcast the episode. It quietly disappeared. How many genders are there? Years later, in 2016, the show struck again. Mike is invited to give a graduation speech at his daughter's college. Before he's allowed to speak, administrators demand to review his remarks for microaggressions. When he opens with "ladies and gentlemen," he's told that the phrase excludes people who don't identify as either. Mike freezes, then asks, sincerely confused, how many genders there are supposed to be. The scene went viral overnight. Right-wing media celebrated it as a perfect snapshot of campus culture. Left-leaning outlets condemned it as dismissive and harmful. That episode also vanished from regular rotation. The line ABC never expected. But the most controversial moment came during the 2016 election cycle. Mike Baxter delivers a casual joke suggesting Hillary Clinton might need a therapist after losing. It lands hard, not because it's clever, but because it aired right in the middle of a presidential campaign. Suddenly, Last Man Standing wasn't just making cultural jokes. It was participating in the political moment. From that point on, the show became a lightning rod. Strong ratings. Sudden cancellation. Here's where things get strange. By 2017, Last Man Standing was ABC's second highest-rated comedy behind Modern Family. It averaged over 8 million viewers. Incredibly strong numbers for a Friday night slot. Then, without warning, ABC canceled it. No decline in ratings. No farewell season. Just gone. Tim Allen said he was blindsided. Fans launched petitions that gathered hundreds of thousands of signatures in days. ABC claimed it was a business decision, but insiders pointed to something else. The show wasn't owned by ABC. It was produced by 20th Century Fox Television. That meant ABC paid licensing fees but didn't profit from syndication. In modern television economics, that's often a death sentence. no matter how well a show performs. Politics may not have officially ended Last Man Standing, but business made it expendable. The revival and the cost. In 2018, Fox revived the series after massive fan pressure, but the damage was already done. Two major actors couldn't return. Molly Ephraim, who played Mandy, was replaced. Flynn Morrison, who played Boyd, was recast and aged up without explanation. Fans noticed immediately. The chemistry felt different. Something had been lost. Still, the revival premiered to over 8 million viewers, proving the audience had never gone anywhere. Why those episodes still matter. Those missing episodes tell us something important. Last Man Standing wasn't canceled because it failed. It was canceled because it succeeded while saying things network television no longer felt comfortable carrying. It questioned gender norms. It challenged political correctness. It openly mocked sitting presidents. And for a time, it did all of that on a major broadcast network. The episodes that disappeared weren't accidents. They were pressure points. Moments where comedy collided with culture and culture pushed back. Final thoughts. Love it or hate it, Last Man Standing occupies a unique place in television history. It proved there was still a massive audience for stories that didn't follow Hollywood's usual script. And it showed what happens when entertainment steps too close to real-world ideology. The jokes landed. The ratings stayed high. But some lines, once crossed, never get aired again. If this story gave you a new perspective on Last Man Standing, leave a comment below. Which episode do you remember most? And don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more untold stories from behind Hollywood's curtain.